Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do my March TBR for you. This is going to be probably really quick because my camera's giving me a lot of problems and there's some weird lighting issues happening. But basically the first book that I plan to read in the month of March is, here we go, The Fellowship of the Ring by Tolkien. I actually own this book in the physical book form. I think I bought it at one of those book fairs when you're in elementary school and I never read it. But I think that tends to happen when you buy Tolkien and you're 8. So they're still at my mom's house on my bookshelf. They've never been cracked. So this one actually I downloaded from the library using the Overdrive app. So I plan to read this. I'm actually really excited to build my own world in my mind versus what I've seen in the movies. So I'm super amped to read this one. The next one I'm also like really excited about, and that is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. This one I'm super excited about because I'm currently obsessed with anything Vikings and Norway related. My next vacation is going to be to Norway and I'm really excited. I also love Vikings on History Channel. I think it's an excellent series. So if you're looking for something to binge watch, that's a good one. But this one is basically a fictional retelling of a lot of the old Norse mythology with Thor and Odin and Loki. And the whole gang. So I'm pretty excited about this. He's actually also the author of Coraline, and he has another book out that I'm really excited to read, and it's actually being ordered, so I'll be reading that in April, just because it's not here yet. So I'm really excited. This next one is also another fantasy series. I'm considering this one research. If you don't know, I am working on a manuscript. I've been working on it for a really long time because I had writer's block and I basically started over. So I'm excited about this one though because everybody keeps talking about the love triangle in it. And that is a really hard concept for me to write just because I'm like, just pick people. So I'm really excited to read this book, and that is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I am really looking forward to this. Basically, it's just the story of a young princess who is engaged to be married in an arranged marriage, and she basically decides she doesn't want to do that because she wants her own life and to make her own decisions. So she leaves the guy at the altar and runs away. Well, she runs away to this like far off town, and these two men find her, one of whom she doesn't know is the prince that she jilted, and the other is an assassin sent to kill her. So obviously I'm assuming that she falls in love with one of the two or both of the two. I don't know. But I'm excited to read this. I've heard really good things. I've heard that there's a lot of angst when people finish reading these novels, so I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit. So that is The Kiss of Deception, and that's from the Remnant Chronicles. The fourth book I plan to read in the month of March is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Jemina? I'm not really sure. It is the sequel to the Illuminae Files, excuse me. This is by Kaufman and Christoph. I have a whole little spiel that I do about Illuminae in my February wrap-up, so I'm not going to say much here, but there was a nice little twist cliffhanger at the end of Illuminae, which is what prompted me to buy this novel. I'm not a huge science fiction fan, so this was kind of a departure and a difficult read for me, but I am really looking forward to this and how the series continues to evolve. This next book I purchased actually from a bargain bookstore that opened in the old Sports Authority location by my house. It's one of those that's kind of like a Halloween store where they come in and they are open for a couple of months and then they leave again. So this one is not a fantasy and it is not a series, so woohoo! And that is Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Basically, it takes place where there's this woman and she is accused of murder and she is exiled to the far reaches of Iceland, and she has to live with this family who basically, because of her status as a convicted murderer, they ignore her, and then they realize that there's probably more to the story that they don't really understand. And so it's just basically telling what actually happened and following her as she's exiled waiting for execution. So I'm excited for this. Somebody told me that they were going to make a movie out of this, but I'm not really sure if that's true because I feel like this book's been out a while and there's no movie buzz, so maybe it didn't work out. I don't know. But this is a departure also because it's not a fantasy novel, I'm a Christian, and so this book is basically because of that. And that is Unqualified by Stephen Furtick. I listen to Stephen Furtick's podcast. He's the pastor of Elevation Church based in North Carolina, and he's amazing, and I just love the message that he brings. So this is a book written by him, and it is basically talking about how God uses broken people to do his work. So I think that that's really cool, because I know that sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough and I'm not qualified for things. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's a short little thing, so I don't think it'll take me a long time unless it's just really heavy. So I don't know, I'm interested though, because I think Pastor Stephen is really awesome. And the final book that I'm going to read in March is the continuation of another series, and that is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. I love Sarah J. Maas to begin with. I really enjoyed the first 3 books. This is the 4th one. 3 books in this series, and I'm really excited to continue to read Selena's story and how that evolves. And I want to give a whole bunch away, and I can't. I just really love the way that Sarah J. Maas builds her worlds. Like she is. I feel like George R.R. Martin and J.K. Rowling are like the king and queen of world building. And if they're the king and queen, she's totally the princess, because she just does a really great job, and she lays these little Easter eggs out in each one of her stories that make you think, oh my gosh, I remember when she brought that up in the last novel. So I'm really excited to read this. I just think she's really awesome. They're really fun reads, but she also has some really good social commentary in here in theming if you really look for it. So I'm super amped about this, and that's it. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading for the month of March. If you have any recommendations for me, please feel free to leave me comments down below. And as always, happy reading. Bye guys.